What is up, guys? So a quick breakdown of what's gonna happen here in my channel, kind of just a little bit of an update is I am working full time, which I've mentioned quite a bit lately, and it's gonna be kind of a change in my routine, a change in life. So what I'm gonna try and do is basically break my videos down into kind of simplifying things. So I'm gonna have videos that are gonna be towards the vlogging part of fitness or everyday kind of stuff, and then I'm gonna have other videos with my just my gym sessions and kind of like explaining all my new moves or what's new in my routine. There could be other videos too, I feel like, on maybe just kind of like diet and my updates too is kind of like things I like to do as well. So we shall see how things go so far, and I think this will be great because the videos will probably be a little bit shorter and make things a little bit easier for everybody. So hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for putting up with my slackingness. I've been such a slacker lately, and it's life is kind of calling me right now, so I have to just rearrange things and keep focused though, and I'm still gonna try and get these videos out. So hope you enjoy and see you in the gym.
Hey everybody, it's me again. So what's new? I think the thing that lately I've been dealing with is how to continue to work out and also, keep a full-time job going kind of thing. For me, I think that this was a step that I really needed to take with work being around, kind of full time. My job is usually, I love my job right now. It's really amazing. I'm meeting like so many new people, and they're just these really cool open people that you don't think it would be like so easy, I guess you would say. It's a very easy going kind of place. My job is hard. I have to do a lot of like manual labor. So, I get to use these guns. But so I've already conditioned myself for that. So that part comes easy to me. So but everything else about my job is like really great. The hours are kind of long, so I tend to do about a 9 to sometimes even 12-hour day. Those are the once in a while kind of things. So if that's something really needs to be taken care of. Those days I have only experienced so far at least one of those super long days that has forced me to like not make it into the gym because after you work like 12 hours or even 10 hours, you really don't need to get into the gym. And I think at that point, if you do feel like you have the energy, you could probably maybe just do like an hour at the gym and really light work. So for me, how I'm dealing with it so far and what other people could deal with too is like, how do you manage getting in your workouts when you work a lot? For me, it's been going actually pretty smoothly. I think that me working 35 to 37 hours a week is for my workout routine personally, because I was probably working out a little too overboard actually. So this is kind of like pushing my workouts and my work at like more of a mid-level for each other. My work basically comes first at this point, but my workouts are just as important to me too. So at this point, it's like work and then workout, you know, if I have the energy. And I've been going every day almost, except for like one day a week is that where I'm missing, and I feel like that's okay because I take that day as like a rest day or an active rest day because I just worked a lot too. So, and so far I find it pretty beneficial. I mean, that rest day is actually really important, and the next day I noticed that like my body definition, my muscle structure even looks like 10 times better after that rest day. So it's like technically I'm not resting because I am working. It's a different kind of work on your body, and it's taxing too in a way, but you just gotta find the right balance, I think. I also will have to admit that I don't have a lot of other responsibilities like kids or a boyfriend. Maybe those are good things, but I would have to say, you know, if those things are also important to you, you know, you just gotta like find the time and choose and pick which ones are the right ones that you want to invest most of your time in for the day. You know, you gotta take it day by day, I feel like, and that's what I'm pretty much doing. Is I'm going to work, I'm working as hard as possible, as much as I can give to that job for the day, and then afterwards, after I get off and I kind of, you know, let things kind of like mellow down and decide, like, do I have the energy to go in and do like a, you know, a nice workout for a little bit? And most of the time I do. And the thing that I've done so far is I just cut my workout routine in half. So instead of like 4 to 5 hours, I'm working out about 2.5. And usually I would do about 2 miles in the morning, and now I'm just doing 1 mile all out as hard as I can, or I'll do incline, maybe like 1.5 miles. And you know, it's about like more about getting that sweat on. And then for weights, it's not really focusing so much on like arms or chest or legs. It's just about pumping blood into your body. I mean, that's where you need to just focus your attention. I feel like it's not super important to get all these things done in the gym and the weight room. It's just more about getting the blood into your body again, you know. And when I'm at work for a long time, I start to crave that feeling. Like my body is like, we need to go to the gym and we need to pump that blood through to feel the effect that we're missing. Then because at work you're just kind of just standing there and doing the repetitive stuff over and over again, and that's not like really the same as working out. Especially what I do full body, and full body for me is just like really great because it gets the blood everywhere through you, more intense than anything, I feel like. So far I feel like my job is actually doing a lot for my workout routine. You know, it's hard, it's a hard thing to like wrap your head around, of like work and working out. Like, that's crazy. Who does that? Crazy people? No. It's just, you know, I've been working out for so long and pushing my body to the limit that work is just like second nature almost. It's just as fun and just as like, you know, intense too. It's work. But working out is kind of like my fun time, so it's super important too. And I still extremely enjoy like going after a long day of work. I mean, that's kind of just like what I think about actually the whole entire time that I'm at work. Sometimes I'll be thinking, I want to get into the gym. I want to go to the gym. My muscles want to go to the gym and they want to lift weights. So, or what am I going to do at the gym, I guess would be the other thing. Oh, today I'll do this, but so I think the biggest thing is not to put the pressure on yourself so much though to like perform when you're at the gym after a long day of work. That's the key point I'm getting at right now, is just take it pretty easy, you know, get in, get the blood flow going, cut that workout in half, because on your days off then you can do something more intense, and that's what I'm kind of doing as well. On the weekends, I'm, you know, still kicking it into high gear and pushing myself to the limit on those days still. Because it's just, and I feel like I'm actually getting stronger that way. I've been going pretty high in weights. You know, I do a lot of reps of smaller stuff, and that's usually when I want to, you know, get the form down really well. But lately I'm kind of like, I gotta remind myself too, is like, you want to get stronger, you better push your ass. Like, get that weight up higher. And I'm actually surprised about how heavy of weight I can push sometimes, you know, with the less reps is. I'm getting up to about 500 to 700 pounds on some of the leg presses, which is pretty crazy. And even with my dumbbell work, I'm starting to push a little bit harder on chest. I'm getting a little bit higher on the bench press too, doing like 35 pounds, 35 pound plates, which is, you know, that's like a PR for me. I've been working a lot on biceps too, you know, it's like these things are nice looking. But I know that the what I've been watching lately is your muscles, you can kind of like hit them in every direction, and that will kind of just give you like that nice round perfect muscle apparently. So that's kind of what I'm working on a little bit more now, is like going back to my arms and still hitting shoulders a lot, incorporating some back movements too, because my job is like kind of pushing my back to the limit. So I want my back to be strong, and in that sense, and I will do whatever I can at the gym to, like, you know, make that happen, you know, make my job a lot easier is a good point when you do your gym routines and training. And don't get me wrong, you know, like I have a friend at the gym she's like a full-time mom, full-time job, and I'm pretty sure she's in a relationship too. So it's like she's doing it all, and somehow she still finds time to get into the gym at least, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. There are periods though where her life does need her a little bit more. So, you know, she did confess to me that like there was a whole week that went by that she didn't get into the gym. But I mean, in her case, she looks amazing still, and she knows a lot about bodybuilding too. So I mean, she's got a handle on it completely. You know, no one would know if she didn't show up for a week because she's got her, you know, physique and her diet and everything in check. So it's completely manageable once you get to that certain point. I feel like, you know, if you know what you're doing in the gym and you've got your routine and all that like set, I mean, your full-time job is not really gonna get in the way. So, you know, you would think that it's crazy to work and then also work out. It's not. It's actually super beneficial, and I feel like, you know, don't use that as an excuse of why not to go to the gym. Even if you can get in for just a little bit and get like a nice walk in, or, you know, any little bit of working out will be way more beneficial than not going at all. So how to manage your life basically at this point is you're set, because that gym experience, your routine and your training have basically trained you for life. You're never going to get any worse at this point. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the vids and maybe some of this new stuff I'm doing in the gym. It's just kind of, you know, heavier and a little bit more intense, I think. I always, you know, at this point I'm kind of doing like a lot of movements. I've learned a lot of things, and it's kind of like, where do I go next? But somehow I always continue to just find ways to tweak things and make them a little bit harder. So, hope you enjoy.